Beaupre?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yep.
Mr. Richmond?
Here.
Mr. Engard?
Here.
Mr. Cook?
Here.
Mr. Sweat?
Here.
How about the mayor?
That's
That's all right.
Mayor Patterson?
Thank you. He said I was trying to give a, I don't want to embarrass you, buddy. I hope you're not embarrassed. It's simple. Okay, thank you. Last Tuesday, there was action taken to appoint Mr. Richmond to council as to fill our vacant council seat. So if we can, I would like to swear you in. We can do it right here, it would be just fine. You'll raise your right hand. I started asking to do so. I, Dave Richmond,
I, Dave Richmond,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of Ohio,
the Constitution of Ohio,
and the codified ordinances
and the codified ordinances
of the Village of North
of
Baltimore,
the Village of North Baltimore,
and will administer
and will administer
legislation
legislation
without respect
without respect
to persons,
to persons,
and will faithfully
and will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent
all the duties incumbent
upon me as a member
upon me as a member
of the North Baltimore Village Council,
of the North Baltimore Village Council,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding.
and understanding.
This I do
This I do,
as I shall answer unto God.
as I shall answer unto God.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. After the meeting, you are right-handed, I think, right? If I
Yeah.
remember. We'll get this signed, and this will be a copy. This will go into your file. Thank you very much. All right. Moving on, I'll entertain a motion to approve the special council meeting of the December 8th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion, any amendments, any corrections? Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yep.
Mr. Sweat?
Yes.
Can I please get a motion to approve the minutes of the 12/9/2025 the regular council meeting?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Sweat?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Motion to, okay, can I get a motion to adopt, or excuse me, approve the minutes for the 12/22/2025 special council meeting?
I can make that motion. Second.
Is there any additions or corrections? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre? Mr. Sweat?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Mrs. Hefner? Ms. Hefner?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And can I get a motion to approve the minutes for the January 6th, 2026 meeting?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Any additions or corrections? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Did you want to say anything about that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Corrections on the minutes?
Yes.
You have some
Excuse me
corrections?
for not rising, I have nerves
You're all right.
in my legs.
Go ahead.
After reading the minutes, discovered that some of the comments that I made were missing concerning Sheriff Oslishan's comments concerning a company and/or grant that we pay for transition equipment, etc. Also, the month break said the start date was 1 February 06, concludes 31 December 2030. This was not documented in the minutes I did.
That start date could be, I mean, that's up to council whenever they would want that start date to be, if that's something they wanted to go forward with, John. Am I missing something?
That was not explained at that meeting, so
Yeah,
this is new information.
that's a tentative date, February 1st. It could be February 1st all the way to, I mean, whenever this body if they even move forward with that, John, just so you know, I mean, that date's not, it's up to this, the majority of these 6
Mhm.
council members.
I understand.
So you're saying that we had some stuff missing?
Yes.
Will you please look into that? Thank you. Anything else?
Not on the minutes, sir, no.
Appreciate that. All right.
Do we table that until instructions are made?
We'll make that, we'll make those changes. We'll watch the video and make sure that those changes are in there tracked. Because it's videotaped, so we'll have that conversation and he can correct those, so. There's a motion to adopt the minutes as amended, or as requested to be amended.
Do we need a new motion?
He's asking them to be amended. There's a motion on the floor. That was the discussion. We're gonna add them. Vote when ready, please.
Do we know
Oh, excuse me.
Do we know how they're gonna be amended?
He'll go in there and watch the video and put the changes in there. Oh, look, he's gotta see if what he's talking about
Yeah,
is.
the council doesn't know what those minutes are going to look like.
Should we wait?
To the next
Monday?
meeting.
Table.
So I'm
Right.
thinking perhaps table it till the next meeting when they've had an opportunity to see what those changes are.
All right, yeah, we'll table this until next. So is there, okay, so I get a motion then to table this until, well, we got, there's a motion, was there a second? There was a second, we gotta vote on that. We have to vote no on that. Vote that down, please. Vote when ready, please.
All right, Mr. Engard?
No.
Mr. Cook?
Nope.
Mr. Swett?
No.
Ms. Beaupre?
No.
Ms. Hefner?
No.
And Mr. Richmond?
Abstain.
Thank you.
Good.
Is there a motion to table the 12/6/2026 minutes?
Second. Oh, Paul again.
Are you okay? Are you ready, Mason? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Thank you.
Get his phone number, see if.
Letters and communications, received a card. Thanks again for all the hard work and accomplishments that all of you do to try to improve this town. Aaron, Josh, and all council members. From Patty and Bob Hurst. So I want to share that with you. Anything, any other?
I had several community members wanting to know when the light is going to be fixed on it.
It's fixed right now.
I believe it was fixed today.
It's working.
Okay.
Sorry about
There was
the.
I
one-
named this way.
There was a part that burned out, and they just received it yesterday. They got in today to fix it. So obviously, it takes a long time to get those parts, because that went out actually in September,
Yeah.
right? So so it was supposed to have been addressed, like, back then, and ordered the parts, getting the parts ordered and whatever. So we thought it'd be done, but obviously, it takes longer than they anticipated to get the parts, so it's working. You're welcome. Anything else? Letters of communications. Public discussion. Open the meeting up to the public.
Before we begin with the public, could I clarify a couple things from last meeting?
Please do.
At the meeting when we opened last time with public discussion, someone had asked, why we were doing this and if it was financial, and you had responded that it wasn't financial.
No, that's not, I don't, well, I have to watch this. I did say, to me, it wasn't a financial, that was to me. In my opinion,
We were doing this because of financial reasons?
I gave my opinion, it's because of the service that they have to offer. In my opinion, that's me. I can't speak on behalf of U6. I don't speak on behalf of U6.
No, I'm not saying.
The question
you
came to me, when I asked, why would we make this new? And I'll go back and watch that.
So clarify for me, why, in your opinion, why are we doing this?
In my opinion, the biggest benefit is the service that the Wood County Sheriff's Department has to offer is second to none in the area. And I think that we would be doing a disservice to the citizens of this community if we didn't at least investigate it, look into it, and see if that's what's best for the residents.
Correct, I agree.
That's what I said last week.
Okay, well.
So I'll go back and watch the video and,
Okay, I heard you say that it wasn't due to financial reasons.
no, I said that's not the only reason. No.
Okay, 'cause-
Of course, finances plays a part in, I mean, if we're gonna do what's right for the village and we get a cost savings,
Correct. No, that's what I was clarifying.
but I get no say in this, so I
Well, I
don't.
understand that, but you have a position. You have a position on whether you're for this or against this.
Yes, I agree with that, but I have no vote, right? So,
True.
that's
So
what
then-
I'm saying.
So may I ask what your position is?
My only concern was that we don't give the public enough time to give their opinion on this. So,
Okay.
as long as we give the public enough time and see what they have to say, we answer to the residents of this community, and see what direction that they want. And I'm talking about, we've got over 3,000 citizens in this community,
Right.
and I'd like to hear what they have to say about it.
As I do as well. But you think this would be a good thing for North Baltimore? Is that your opinion?
I think going forward, I think that they have, the service that they had to offer, I think that unless we're gonna spend the money, what I said last week, we've got a lot of improvements to make in this village if we're gonna keep them in this village. That's exactly what I said, towards the end of the meeting. And I don't wanna see anybody out of work. I mean, I had that conversation, I've gone through this. I mean, I have to go back and watch the minutes, or the meeting recording, but in my opinion, it's not all about money to me. It's about, we're potentially putting 6 people out of work, and I'd like to see what we can do to take care of them. That's why I talked to the sheriff, and when first commissioner started talking to him, said he had 3 openings, now he's down to 2. Is this body prepared to go into executive session and talk about a severance or something that they might be, I mean, there's a lot of, whatever you guys come up with would determine whether I support it or not. I mean, if that's what you're asking. I don't know if you guys are even, at this point, going to go with the Wood County dispatch or not. You guys haven't acted
Well,
on
we
that,
don't
or
know
what
that.
the terms and
We each
conditions.
have an individual vote, but I was just concerned because I heard you say, and maybe I misheard you, but I heard you say that it wasn't due to, finances, and I think a majority of this body is looking at this as financial and safety of our officers. None of us want to put anyone out of work, so I just want to make sure we were all on the same page. I'm sorry, did I?
Yeah, I'm confused because, I have to go back and watch but I believe that you're mistaken. I know that I talked about, it's not about money to me. It's about the service provided. Now, if the village of North Baltimore can get a cost savings, doing what's right for the citizens of North Baltimore that they represent, absolutely. I support it as long as this body goes about it the right way. If this body doesn't go about it the right way, I would publicly come out and say, I don't agree with it, and here's why. Anything else? Opening the floor up to Paige Carterman. You have the floor, young lady.
Hi, guys. So, to go off a service thing, these dispatchers know this community. They know how to react to certain callers already, based on previous calls. They know, so they already have a trust within this community. They also know the streets of the community very well. Wood County does not. I was told a story of somebody who lives outside of Bowling Green. Her grandparents lived here. Initially, when they had a call at one of her grandparents' house, right after Wood County took over our EMS and fire, it took them 45 minutes to get to the EMS to her grandparents' house because they didn't have that street down as a real street, and so they thought it was a prank call, and it took 45 minutes for emergency services to get to them. So that is a concern. These dispatchers know this town already. They know how to communicate with these people, and they know how to communicate with our officers.
Paige, do you know how long ago that incident might have happened? Any
I
idea?
don't remember.
5 years, 10 years,
It
2 years?
it was probably a little more than 10.
So more than 10 years,
Yeah.
do we realize the technology that is available today as far as, like, I seen their system over there,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily, I mean, obviously you need the road, you know,
Yeah.
what road, what address, but I mean, if somebody's calling from a cell phone or whatever other technology is out there,
Yeah.
they know right where you're at within a couple of feet.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've watched it, so it's unfortunate about that, but I want you to consider, in the last 10 years, I don't know exactly how many years that they have been providing service for the EMS and fire at this time, but I don't believe that we have any concerns to this day that I'm made aware of. I'm not saying they don't exist, I'm saying, so obviously there's gonna be some hiccups no matter what you do and some mishaps, but as long as they're fix those mishaps and those mistakes, right, so.
Yeah, and so that was brought to my attention, but
Thank you.
they already know and, sorry, I've been up since 3 a.m. working. Are they ready for the amount of phone calls that our dispatchers get? I know they took over Northwood and all these other villages. We have a large amount of, I don't want to say crime, but crime, not, you know, we're 70% property, which means more drugs, more domestic violence, more than a lot of communities. Are they ready for the amount of calls that are gonna come their way? Honestly. And then also I have a question of, so the village or,
Did you want us to answer that, or did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I can speak, as I've shared that we went up there with the facilities, and they're gonna add, more personnel, but there was nobody in a rush there, there was nobody in a panic, there was nobody, these people are very good at what they do. I don't think that this body, I think if this body, I don't wanna speak on behalf of them, for, you know, I don't.
well, I was kind
by
of
no
hoping the
means,
sheriff was
but-
here so
But
he
yeah,
could talk.
but I'm sure I would hope that this body would be pretty sure that they are ready for that before they voted to move forward with it, is what I would say, but I don't want to speak on behalf of these 6 people.
If I may,
Yeah, please.
they were also upgrading their entire dispatch center to make it all more efficient at the same time, so.
I was
having more
kinda hoping the sheriff
dispatchers,
was here to
have
answer
the
that
training
question.
and have the updated dispatch center, I mean, yes to all your questions.
We believe so. Now, is there gonna be maybe
I'm
some,
pretty confident.
is there maybe some snags that they, I'm sure, right? But we're trying to, if the council decides to go in that direction, we're trying to get out in front of it and make sure that it's as seamless transition as absolutely possible.
And I know you
From the
guys
service
said that
provider.
February 1st is not the, like, official date or whatever, but do you guys still have a, like, are you guys talking about the plans in place for, like, the street department, the water department, or
So
do
I
you
think
guys have
I think
something in motion?
I think the volume of calls that you're talking about aren't necessarily, so our dispatch currently takes all calls, right?
Yeah.
Like dispatch for 911 and emergencies and non-emergencies, right?
Yeah.
So we're working with our IT to set that up to make sure that they're distinguished between, right?
Okay.
So that the non-emergencies go, to get addressed and go to where they're needed to, and then the emergency calls go up to Wood County.
So I just wanna make sure
Something
that
needs to get worked on.
one's in place before,
Yes.
if you guys go. with
We're
it.
already working on that, just so you know, if they go that direction, yeah. But we're not gonna do nothing until this body acts, right?
Okay.
We can't.
Alright.
That would be, I mean, if they don't tell us that's the direction they're going, we're certainly not gonna spend taxpayer money to go set stuff up that's not,
Okay.
it's not gonna be used, so.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Paige. Mr. Jordan, Alan Jordan.
Hi, so last week you were talking about the finance issue. You said it was like $244,000 to run our dispatch.
That's what was budgeted.
Budgeted,
Let me
okay.
get that number. Thank you.
It's-
So what's budgeted this year is $243,160. That does not necessarily mean that's what's gonna be spent.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that we don't go over that.
Right.
That's what's appropriated.
And we're looking upwards of 100,000 a year to have them dispatch our police. So how much do we pay for the last 15 years for the fire department and EMS dispatch?
They did it for free.
They do it for free? Okay, so my other question is, where does our revenue go from all our citations when the cops pull people over giving tickets?
I
Does that,
believe the general fund, am I correct in saying?
why is that not going in the police fund to fund these?
Because our
upgrades?
police department's 100% funded by the general fund.
100%.
Almost 100%.
So-
The police finance.
Part of it goes into, it's called like drug law enforcement, that's restricted, so that's not the general fund.
I apologize, thank you.
So, part of it goes into there.
Right.
I gotta think of, well, part of it goes to the state, part of it goes to Bowling Green, part of it stays here. The part that stays here goes into like the drug law enforcement. So it's used on police activities. AmeriCorps computer funds, another one part of it goes into, that's required by the state. Does that answer your question, of how it's distributed?
The bottom line of my question is, I'm trying to figure out, if we have funds, why have we not updated our system in the last 15 years? That stuff should have been updated slowly through the 15 years, and it hasn't been touched. It's like a total lack of, I don't know, it's just no one's doing their job.
I would agree with that. I think Mr. Bates had spoke on that when he was here last week, that it's been a long time since we updated any of our systems.
Right, but
And
that-
we still got
that-
some of the stuff in place. Sorry to put you on the spot.
That would have been one of the issues that you guys talked about last week, of updating our equipment that's gonna cost money, that should have been up to date as in the first place. Especially, I mean, I've been in the police department, it's over 15 years old, I don't think they updated anything. I mean, we can't afford to lose our dispatch. I mean, it's a vital link in our system between our civilians, our police, fire, EMS, even the city when they're shut down. I mean, we can't afford to lose this, just bottom line. It's a necessary evil.
I'm sorry.
It's called a necessary evil. I'm a maintenance guy by trade, and they don't like paying maintenance, they don't like putting money into maintenance, but that's what needs to be done in order to keep everything up and running. Same thing with the police dispatch. They don't make money for the town, but it's a necessary evil that we have to do because it needs to be done.
Necessary evil. I would disagree with that. I apologize.
And why do you disagree with that?
Well, if you're in maintenance, right, like, you should know, and they're trying to continuously improve for that in which they represent constantly, correct? Whatever you
Exactly.
work for. That's all we're trying to do.
Yeah, but we're not-
Consistently improve on something that, like you're saying, it's a necessary evil that we've neglected it, the village of North Baltimore has neglected it for.
A long
You say
time.
15, so now we're trying to fix that. Necessary evil, I guess, is what you're calling it.
Yeah, but you're asking for outside contractors instead of putting it into the company. I mean, you want this town to grow, but you
Sure.
want to get rid of some of the vital stuff that we need. It just don't make no sense. If someone was called 911 or call up to the police station, they're going to talk to somebody they know. If you call someone calls for someone get beat up by their boyfriend, they're going to come up here, they're going to be more likely to talk to a police dispatcher that they know instead of trying to talk to someone they've never met on the phone. They're going to be more willing to talk, more comfortable. It's just, those type of things are going to go by. You're not going to have that familiar link to the town. I mean, I know everything costs us money. I mean, and it's going to continue to rise, but we can't afford to lose it. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for your comments, Mr. Jordan, much appreciated. John Harden, Mr. Harden, you have the floor.
Yes, sir, thank you. I want to piggyback off of Paige Cotterman's comments about responding from Wood County. There was an incident, my father, October, I think maybe it was December 11th, but I can't remember the exact date.
Sure.
Called, he needed EMS.
You called, John, I'm sorry.
I called 911,
Okay,
it went
thank
to
you.
Wood County. half hour later, nobody's there. How far is the station from my dad's house? Not even a half mile.
Not very.
How many
So
years?
I called up here to dispatch, they sent them out right away. When they came in, they said, oh, we just now got the 911 call. I says, what, to bring you to the house? No, dispatch told me that.
So that's really concerning to me, because I have an EMS report right in front of me that I read earlier. It says average response time from EMS receiving the call to EMTs arriving on at the point, average, what we run is 7.03 minutes for the month. So I'm gonna have to look into this, of exactly what you're talking about.
I can't remember the driver.
That's okay.
The personnel that were on, but they did ask and take notes.
Yep, so.
Because they were gonna report it back to Wood County.
How many years ago was this?
This was just a
Just
couple months ago.
December of 2025.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to.
Last
So it'll
December.
be Chuck Harden. I don't mean to digress. Was he all right?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, good.
They did their job. Continuing on, I'm just curious, you talked about phone calls, which really leads into my next point. What constitutes an emergency 911 call?
What constitutes an emergency is a 911 call.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure
Or
that the
a non-emergency
dispatcher's probably going to make that determination, I would think, right?
Okay.
I would think the dispatch would, so I would hope that and I hope that I'm not speaking on behalf, I don't know, I'm not a dispatcher, but I would
Okay.
hope that if I'm gonna call, I'm gonna err to the side of caution and say, if I'm not sure that this is an emergency, I'm talking about Aaron Patterson. I'm not speaking for anybody else in this room. Aaron Patterson, if I'm not sure it's an emergency, I'm gonna call 911.
Okay.
If I'm calling about a tree limb down, I'm gonna call whatever other number is available. You know what I mean, John? So we have to leave that up to the discretion of the person making the phone
Right.
call, and then wherever that phone call ends up, if it's at 911 and it's not an emergency, they're gonna know how to where to send that in the village of North Baltimore. Those are some of the things that are gonna be set up, Paige, prior to, if council goes this direction. Those are the things that are.
Okay, I have a report for North Baltimore Police Department.
Okay.
And this is just the month of December. Grand total calls, 231. When I went through and scrubbed them and looked at some of the calls, I come up with about 67% or 154 non-emergencies out of that.
Sure.
67%, 2 or 3.
Sure.
We're gonna call, the way things are being described and talked about, well, you call 911, call 911. Well, if we have traffic detail, a junk notice, we're gonna call 911.
No,
Junk notice,
no.
Investigation complaints, like I said, and this list is arguable, because someone else can look at it and say, well, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Sure, whether it's an emergency or not.
Without seeing the report for each one. But I just wanted to point those numbers out.
I appreciate that. So along those lines, John, we gotta make sure it's available. And we've gotta, if they go that direction, then we gotta,
Okay. It was discussed last week about walk-ins, and the talk of an emergency phone with cameras and all that. If this gets approved, right, is there going to be an updated contract? And I'm going to really dig into the contract again, because if you're going to put a non-emergency phone out there with a camera or whichever, try to make it secure so that someone's being chased. But is all that going to be an addendum and cost data added to the contract?
That's
For
the
that?
contract with the sheriff's department.
that contract, I'm sorry, but.
That's with the sheriff's department. That has nothing to do with how we are proceeding
Okay, so that needs to be.
accordingly.
That needs to be ensured that that's in there for the sheriff.
No, it is not. That's something separate.
No, that's a
Yeah, the
that's what
village
we.
would be doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's something we would set up.
That's what?
The village would be doing the phone and the
Uh-huh.
camera, the sheriff's department and the dispatch is what the
The
contract.
cameras are already set up.
Yeah, we already have cameras.
They've been
Okay. So, it has been told to me that there was bulletproof glass installed over here at dispatch?
Correct.
And this has been, when was that installed?
Last year.
last year.
And how long has this been talked about, this dispatch thing?
I would say
Before or after?
after. After it was installed.
Okay.
Now, John, this has been talked about by past council members, in the past. I'm talking, I mean, this comes up periodically.
Yeah.
And then we get pushed back by the public and it usually dies.
Okay.
But I would say regardless,
So-
dispatch or no dispatch, we need that bulletproof glass and mesh in the walls, regardless.
I see your point.
Yes.
I see your point on that. Under section 2, sheriff's responsibilities, no, this, sheriff provide and operate, maintain all hardware. This is contradicted by section 3, village responsibilities, part B, to say the village will pay actual costs.
I believe what the sheriff is responsible for, anything having to do with them dispatching for us, the equipment that they use.
It says that they will,
I think to simplify, they're responsible for the dispatch center, and then North Baltimore is responsible for our radios, equipment, and our cruisers and our officer staff.
And anything that we set up here,
Yeah.
that
I specifically asked the sheriff what other extra costs there would be for us that isn't listed in there, and he says it's our emergency phone, having that installed, and then they wanted automated numbers, so they get a lot of robocalls and things like that as well, so they wanted it to go through an automated system. And we've already talked to our installers, and that's going to be a minimal amount to have the phones and those automated systems set up.
So that's like if you have if I have a water leak at 2 in the morning, you call us up auto dialer, they call the water department
Well, you're
person.
going to be able to field it and get it directly to the water department.
Right, and whoever's
Press
on call, it rings their
one or
phone.
two or something like that, to get it right there.
But that doesn't mean you're gonna necessarily talk to a
Right.
person at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's
Right.
gonna go to
Yeah.
this office,
Yeah.
if there's nobody there, right? And all this is subject to change, depending on,
Sure.
when this thing all plays out. But that would go here, and then ours, right now, we're talking about the clerk too would handle that and make those calls to wherever they needed to go.
So the village is still paying out.
Paying out, I'm sorry,
Section 4, compensation, A and B.
Central Square is what this is referring to.
One-time startup fees, expenses, annual Central Square and other vendor maintenance. But it talks about it on Central Square and other vendor software application design features. Something else, yeah. Well, personnel cost, but
That's the contract.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, and then finally, section 11 needs to be deleted in its entirety.
We had to talk to the legal counsel about that. Why do you think that needs to be?
Well, read it.
Independent contractor, so you're looking at?
Section 11 states, you get to it.
They are an independent contractor.
The relationship of the parties of this agreement shall be that of independent contractors.
Yes.
Nothing contained in this agreement shall constitute, be construed to be or create a partnership nor venture. I didn't know the Village of Ohio was a contractor, and I didn't know that the sheriff was a contractor. I thought he was a public service agent, and we were a village.
We're contracting services is what we're doing.
But we're still a village.
Yes, we are. In Wood
We're
County.
not contractors.
We're contracting for their services. Do you see anything? In
Referring to paragraph 12.
11, Roman numeral 11?
11 talks about responsibility for each other's acts. 12 is independent contractor, that's just the one he read.
That's not what I had.
No, right there's 11. So there's a typo of one.
Yeah, I'll take a copy.
There's 11.
This is a different version.
That's the one that was in my packet.
Yep.
Do you see any concerns with that?
I don't have any concerns with that. They're not employees of ours.
Thank you.
The county dispatchers would not be employees of the village.
So we would be contracting for their services, am I understanding that correctly?
That's correct, yes.
That's our legal counsel, John, so I mean, that's... Is there anything else that you might have some concerns with, Mr. Hardin?
Not at this time.
Thank you for your time. Much appreciated, and thank you for your comments. Support. Nope. Matt Moreland. Matt, hey!
Sorry, I'm not a North Baltimore resident. but
You're not?
I am not a North
Okay,
Baltimore
thank
resident.
you.
I've been an employee here, though, for more than 5 years. I've heard a lot of things that people have said that make a lot of sense, so I'll try to put mine into context with that, too. Speaking from my heart, these dispatchers just aren't employees here. I know the majority of them are also residents here. They live inside the village. So that's my subjective say to this. They are residents here. They should have a say because they pay their taxes just like I do here. Objectively, this dispatch center has the foundation already in place for good service. They have the dispatch center there. That's all you need. All the equipment can be put there, just like you guys have already done, just like they did with our current CAD system 15 years ago. It's just outdated, just like other people already said. The sheriff and all those employees up there are great dispatchers, they all are. But the fact of the matter is when you have 90 agencies in one dispatch center, 90 agencies get busy, one dispatch center is taking care of all of them. The mayor said it was calm when he was up there, it just wasn't busy. But if 5 fire departments get busy and 10 agencies get busy, you will lose radio communication. They will have to put yours on hold while they deal with a fatal crash or a murder or a domestic violence. It's just common sense. That's what's going to happen. Do they have the ability to provide good service? Absolutely, they do. The computer system they have does not. You can't start at the top and work your way down and provide good service. You give the cops and the dispatchers what they need. And that's a good CAD system, just a good CAD system. They don't have one, we don't have one here. But there are ones out there right now. I know of some just because I've worked with some of them. I've worked for a lot of different agencies. I still work for 3 different agencies in 2 counties. And I've seen good CAD systems that streamline the entire system that make the jobs of the cops and the dispatchers easy. I'll just say it, if you want to look into it, Port Clinton, the city of Port Clinton, would be a very good place to call. They have a small dispatch center. They use a very efficient CAD. Makes their cops' jobs a lot easier. The sheriff's CAD is very good for dispatching, but not very good for police officers because it doesn't do all the things that we need. Crash reports, tows, citations, complaints, reports. It just doesn't do all. It makes it very easy to do dispatching. Mr. Bender, you have something?
The decision to go Central Square has already been made. That's not up for discussion. So I appreciate your comment.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
We're going forward with Central Square.
Yeah, I don't need to do anything, but you will see in a few months.
Okay.
It's just not as good as other CAD systems are out there. Sure. And what I said, because some CAD systems, if you have your own small dispatch center like we have, they can dispatch through that CAD. And then the cop gets to do everything he ever would need to do through that same CAD. I'm trying to be clear on that, but the one solution, Central Square, just doesn't have all of them. It just doesn't have. They were talking about going to a new one this year, and they didn't. And that new system actually filled in some of the gaps that they currently have, but they just didn't go. I don't know why. But if you want to talk about good citizens service to your community, you have to start at the bottom. You can't start at the top. The dispatchers have the ability to dispatch with a very efficient CAD, like Port Clinton has, and it would give the quality of service of the whole community a lot better. It's just, I've seen it because I've worked with them. That's the reason why I wanted to suggest that. But other than that, the Wood County Sheriff's Department are great people. I would consider 90% of them my friends. and the other 10% just because I don't talk to them. But they would be my friends if I talked to them. But they are overworked. They are. Okay. What I would suggest to the Village of North Baltimore is if you were to pay the sheriff to get a dedicated dispatcher, because they field any call that comes in. The 5 or 6 that are sitting in dispatch, they will field calls from every agency, every fire agency that come in. I haven't seen the exact paperwork, but the city of Northwood has a dedicated dispatcher now because an actual formal complaint was filed against them because they didn't respond to something. You guys may know of this. But I would, if you're going to pay for their service, make sure you get a dedicated dispatcher, because any of them could be working, fielding traffic calls in one village, fire calls over here. This one's doing fire, and it's just going to be a very, very hard load to take. But that's all I have to say. And if you want to look into it, call the city of Oakland. With the money that you could save or could spend, you could get a very efficient system to provide citizens here a really good service.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon, much appreciated.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
If
please.
I'm
You
not-
sure can, you got up here late.
My
Mr.
apologies,
Bateson?
But I only have.
You got the floor.
Want to ask you one question. And have you looked into the cost of actually replacing the equipment up here? Because that's all you really need is the updated equipment to be compatible to the sheriff's new CAD system.
And the training.
And
We need to
then
update our training.
From hand with the new CAD system that's being released here shortly. And the nice thing about that new CAD system is it's going to incorporate information throughout the county-wide. So if someone feels someone in North Baltimore, they have the same information in Northwood, because people do travel back and forth and doing their bad things. But I just wondered if you, what the cost would be comparable to buying the new equipment to what it would cost for the contract with the sheriff's
To
office.
upgrade, no, I have not looked into those costs. And so what has been told to me is, to update those costs is gonna be very, very expensive. I did not look into them, right? That was some of the stuff that we alluded to last week.
So with our Railcom, we've had a quote from, it'd be about $10,000 for, they call it phase 2, phase 3, dispatch upgrade, plus some stuff to do with their antennas. And please correct me if I'm wrong and add to Mr. Brochus, but I would expect there to be additional cost too on top of all that to get us up to par. Additional quotes.
Yeah, we need to get monitors over there, we need to get
Yes,
some
monitors, simple stuff.
lots of training. I'm talking lots of training. And which, them kind of things may be cost effective, right? But even without those upgrades, even without like whatever we have to put in there, and I don't know, I'm not a dispatcher, I'm not an IT guy, I'm just, from what has been told to me by 2 people from over there was, it's gonna be very expensive to upgrade. So, now that would be on top of the $240,000. So it's $240,000 per year up to this point, and on top, that's gonna be the cost of the equipment going forward.
But you will have to put the new equipment in for the officers to be a part of the new CAD system. Because your current system won't tap into it. Because all the reports, to my understanding, is the village has signed an agreement with the sheriff's office to join the CAD system.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to have
Central
their,
one.
you have to be able to have their system and their equipment down here is compatible to what they have, so you can enter into or draw out of.
Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we're going to get Central Square software in here, plus we are exporting all of our data from the CMI RMS system into the Central Square system.
So you're gonna buy the equipment anyways for the office.
We don't need equipment. We don't need equipment.
Software.
Software.
I think the software's getting, if I'm correct, and all that's getting paid through a grant from the county. From what I believe, for the first 5 years, everything's paid for, is what I'm pretty sure.
First 5
Do
years.
you know about that, right? So
The clock is already clicking on that
Understand
5
that, but
years.
if
That's
you
why
already-
it's February, not January.
But if you're already bringing it in to the office and the software anyways, you just simply have another monitor, and you teach them how to use the system. The system isn't that difficult, I've been using it for several years, the older version. So,
They're asking for 32 hours per dispatcher for Central Square CAD training.
32 hours.
On top of that, we'll probably do Owen's training too.
Yeah, there's more training needed for,
I
Larry, there's
understand all
more
the-
training.
I understand all the lead training, all that.
And I stated this last week, that's not their fault, that's our fault.
But again, that doesn't fix the problem.
That's right, so,
That
yes.
just puts the Band-Aid down the road. I don't mean disrespect.
No, sir,
But
that's-
I've,
Don't
this
take
come
it
up
that
every 10 years, this happens, but the dispatch is going out. But I think we should be focusing on growth. How far away from it being a city? We have 4,200, roughly, in
I think less than
population.
that,
I think it's less than
Okay,
that.
give or
I
take.
have
So
not seen the last
we're probably less than 1,000 people becoming a city.
Just
Our
somewhere
services
around.
will be able to be required to become a city, fire, police, EMS.
Sure.
Let's focus on growing on, so that we're ready for that. Now, will it take us 10 years to get 1,000 people? I don't know that, but I think we should be focusing on growing, improving our services that are already good anyways, but making them better, making them prepared for that becoming a city.
So,
So people will want to move into North Baltimore. People want to bring their businesses here, because we have the services available for them.
Couldn't someone construe making our services better by going with Wood County Dispatch?
that's what I was just gonna ask.
Again, once you, and I don't disrespect to the sheriff's office at all, and the people who work for them, but the idea, once you get it out of your house, who controls it?
But they're already doing our,
I understand.
yes, I mean, you know that they're already doing
But the idea is,
2/3
you
of our
control-
safety service.
If you can
Let's
control
get it
your
back.
world, if you can control your environment and prepare your communities, you're ready to go. North Baltimore has always been priding itself as being the one who stands on its own. We've had a water system for probably better than a century. Police department for probably better since, again, 1932, whatever. Fire department from earlier than that. The hook and ladder was here at the turn of the century in 1900.
So, and I appreciate
Build
what
on
you're,
that.
I appreciate what you're saying, and I can't speak for them, are the citizens ready, willing to pay for all this stuff, Larry? I mean, that's my question.
Yeah.
You're talking about water, you're talking about safety service, you're talking about, we need to try to find,
Well, we want to grab on the water idea. We went on that agreement, how many years ago, before the separation of sewer, to add our additional water cost, to put that system in.
you're talking about the separation?
Sewer
Yes,
was
sir.
back, was it in the 90s, we agreed to pay the extra money, so we could go ahead and put the new separation sewer in the 2000, I don't have the right dates.
That's
but I'm
okay,
simply
Larry.
saying, well, we've agreed to do that. We've agreed to give the village
Larry,
levy money to fix the streets.
I apologize, though.
I mean, we've all had these villages, we give the levies in.
Larry,
It has to
I'd love to sit down and talk to you about
Okay.
money, I mean, as far as, I mean, we had zero money, very little money to do the sewer separation project. That's why the rates went through the roof, $15 million,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I don't know where that money's going, what you're talking about, that the citizens approved. As far as the streets, I appreciate the fact that the citizens gave us $107,000 last year when they voted on the 2 mil levy. And I appreciate that. I'm saying thank you to the.
Renewal.
But you know, yes, on the renewal, but do you realize how far $107,000 goes to fix roads?
Not
And
that far.
Yes, sir. So if we'd got the 0.5%, right, that we needed to fix this village, I would agree with you.
Yes.
Yes, but, so if we don't have the money, what do you want, I mean, what do you want us to do, is my question. So if we can get, if our, and I'm not saying that this village is broke by no means, that's not what I'm saying, but if the services are, in my opinion, with and I'm not a dispatcher, so maybe, take it for what it's worth, right? In my opinion, with what I've seen there, their system is second to none. The services that are provided up there, there's so much more that they have to offer than the village of North Baltimore.
Which is very.
And it's getting better with the
Because they've invested into it.
Yes, they have, and we have not invested into it. I agree with it.
So again, we can't complain about our neighbor's roof if we don't fix our own.
I agree. I
So,
agree with you.
Because they got a brand new metal roof and ours is leaking, we gotta fix our roof.
Agreed.
That's the only way we can fix it. But I think.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
I know I didn't write my name on there,
Yeah.
but can I have a minute?
Yes.
All right.
And then we gotta move on.
To piggyback off of what John said about dispatchers and everything and 911 calls.
Yes.
I had a Terry order back in 2017. My wife called 911 and everything, and it went through Wood County before it gets to over here.
Yes.
And everything. They were on time, matter of fact, I'm still standing here. And everything.
Yeah.
So I'm glad his dad's okay and everything,
Yes.
but every situation is different, I understand.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think it's more, and I've lost jobs and everything. I've been in factories, I've been laid off, and it stinks.
Horrible.
And everything. And I feel for everyone in here, and I've been in this town for a long time. And everything. And I don't want to see no one lose their jobs. But at the same time, I think it's more cost efficiency to go with the Wood County Sheriff's Department. And it would help move forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're welcome. All right, there's nobody else on the public participation list. I want to thank everybody for their comments and their participation.
Mr. Mayor, one quick question. Are there
One
grants?
second, will you? Yes, sir, Mr. Plum?
Are there grants available to expand our services in-house that we can apply for and maybe bring money in for updating our own system? That's not gonna cost the city a great amount of money like we're talking?
Not that I'm aware of, Brian, but it's definitely something that could be looked at. I mean, well,
Probably, but
yeah, I don't know, Brian. I cannot answer that question.
Can we look into that? I'm sorry, because if the grant for the county is gonna pay for it all, and that's what I was meant about the minutes, then why not we piggyback on that and have them upgrade our system in it?
Piggyback as in using the same grant money, because that
Yeah.
is separate.
No, that's separate, John. That grant funding isn't for everybody. It was given to them by the commissioners
Yeah.
for that specific project that we have signed on to.
For Central
Central
Square, CAD, and RMS, and jail stuff, but that's not us.
I don't know what.
And if we
grants
come
are
up
out
with
there.
a grant, we move forward with the sheriff's department, we come up with a grant, can we back away from that and
That's
become
up to
our
this
own
body.
entity again?
That's up to this body how they want to proceed tonight.
Well, I mean, just, is it available to
Yeah, I mean,
separate
there's-
ourselves from the sheriff's department and become our own entity again? With-
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, the contract would give you that right to do so.
That
Yeah,
says it's
yeah,
good for
and-
30, until
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, and if something like Mr. Moreland said, if we're having issues and we need a dedicated dispatcher, we can definitely talk to him about that. We might go that route if it need be. I don't see how that could be an issue.
So, Mr. Moreland, you sound, I'm sorry, Brian, Mr. Moreland, you sound like you're pretty familiar with the services provided by the sheriff's department. Am I to understand that, or am I not to
I
understand
use
that?
them every day.
Do you know of, or does anybody know of anybody that is contracted, and maybe Mr. Brochus, you could share this, if there's anybody out there that is contracted with the sheriff's department and said, hey, this is really bad service, we changed our mind and got out of the contract?
Well, you guys' contract is, usually contracts are pretty buttoned up tight.
No, I'm saying later on, like said, hey, we're not happy with the services. I mean, there's a termination clause in our contract.
Yeah.
We're not gonna sign anything that's.
Northwood's new, this is within this last year.
Okay. I just
Rossford,
wanted
the
to-
city of Rossford uses them.
Yeah.
All the villages I know of use them.
Do you know of any that has said, hey, we're not happy? Obviously, there's gonna be some growing pains, or there's gonna be some.
If you were.
But is there anybody that?
I would start at the top, like the agencies that you would think would be very busy, high call volume. Because like I said, a dispatch center will be calm, 23 hours and 59 minutes out of the day.
Yep, I get it. You
So
get that.
the chances for that happening would be higher in the agencies that have high call volumes, like Northwood, the city of Northwood. Northwood has a good mix of being busy, but also having citizens that call about their dog getting loose. They have a mix of that.
They call the 911 for that?
No, they'll call them non-emergency. They'll call them
Sure, yeah,
But
that's- we'll have that
I'll say
set
that
up.
right now, Mayor, people have called 911 for that.
Sure, yeah, we have to-
911 doesn't have anything to do with North Baltimore. 911 is a county funded.
Exactly
fund.
right.
So it's like, you can dial 911 anywhere in this county, it's going to Wood County.
Yes,
Just the way it is.
that's right.
Now, when you're a city, then you get the 911 money, you field 911 calls. So that's just how that works. But, no, the cops though, you have to talk to the cops.
Yeah.
Don't talk to the administrators, don't talk to the trustees,
Yeah.
talk to the cops.
Yeah.
They're the ground floor. And they'll say, yeah, it works, but is it the best? Because if it was the best, then I could give my citizens a lot of good service. It'd free up 2 hours of my day to go do house checks. because I'm not doing reports.
Sure, yeah, yeah, no, I'm just,
Fire.
yeah, I got it, is there just
I would
anybody that
start
you
with
know?
some.
Yeah, that's,
Start at
so
the
the
top.
answer's no.
We can agree that
Somebody have something over here that they
CMI
wanted
is
to
not
say?
sufficient.
It's not the best. It's just not,
It's not
Be-
even close.
well, okay, so it's good for dispatch. It's not good for cops. Cops don't need dispatchers. They just need a dispatcher to tell us where to go. But it's us that have to do the traffic ticket, the tow slip, the arrest, the report, the crash. If all of those things were in the CAD system, wouldn't that be easy? They aren't.
What we understand, what we understand, Central Square CAD will have those things. If they don't, we'll revisit the idea and review.
Yes, so yes,
The cops will be
ask-
the first ones.
Yes.
let us
Ask
know.
the
And I hope
cops.
you would let us know too.
Yes, I haven't seen the new, my partners have gone to the new Central Square training, and they said there's certain gaps that were filled, but they still weren't all filled.
Okay.
So, yes, that's a very good point, Mr. Renner. If it's not, talk to your cops and say, what are we still missing? How's the job going to be easier?
First thing we need to do is talk.
Yeah, because that's, but I
All
don't
right,
work.
perfect, that's it, thank you, Mr. Maloney. Did you have any more questions, Mr. Plum?
No, I just was asking,
yeah.
I never heard the answer. Can we reverse back, upgrade our system and become ourselves?
There's a
again?
termination
I know
clause
we
in
can get
yes,
out of
yes,
it,
that we- yes,
but
that we-
are we, if we're able to get grants, we're able to upgrade our system, we're able to get these people trained, then would we be interested in going backwards to our own system and stepping away from Wood County?
That's a hypothetical, but.
Absolutely,
I mean,
it's
possibly.
I can speak for myself, I'd much rather have services in the village of North Baltimore. Right, that's what I would like to have, if it's what's best for the residents and if it's affordable, right, if we can make it happen. That's Aaron Patterson, I'm
Sure.
speaking, I'm giving my opinion.
Sure.
I'd much rather want the services in North Baltimore where we can control the rates and the different things for the residents without somebody on the outside that has no say in that would drive the costs outside of the village. It's, yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time and participation. Administrative reports, fiscal officer.
Yeah, my report was in the packet and email. Our second full year of using the UAN software through the state of Ohio, through the Auditor of State's office. Everything's going pretty smooth. I thought we needed a lot less, wasn't near as stressful as last year, as far as the second year closing out and reopening, so that's all good news there. The contract with Jackson Township to the west, that started on 1/1. So I believe they took a caller on New Year's Day, so everything seems to be going smooth there as far as previously they would have been dispatched by another agency, so always kind of anxious to see how that transition is going to go, and that's one of them, like no news is good news, so but other than that, everything's in the packets. If anybody have any questions, let me know.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Any questions for our fiscal officer? All right, moving on. Moving on, the EMS report is in your packet. Any questions for our EMS? All right, moving on to our fire. The fire report for the month of December is in your packet. You had time to review that. Obviously, it's just preventative maintenance things for is in there. Is there any questions that anybody might have for Mr. Francisco? All right. Moving on to the police chief, Mr. Brochus, this is a fine report that you have gotten us, not only for the month, but also for the month of December, but also for the year-end report. Thank you very much. That's the first time that I've had a report that's that thorough and that good, and it's much appreciated. Thank you. Did you have anything you needed to share with us this evening?
No, sir.
Thank you very much for being here. I guess at this time, to save us a minute, I'm gonna read a letter from Mr. Lamperty. To whom it may concern, he is after almost 30 years of service, serving the public through the police department in the village of North Baltimore, I am pleased to announce my retirement. This notice is effective immediately, and my last day on the job is 12/12/2025. I offer my best to every officer remaining on the job and in the department. It's an important job we do, and I am grateful for all the years I've served. I look forward to many happy years of retirement. Sincerely, David B. Lafferty. So, I want to share that. We are in the process. We have taken some resumes and working on background checks to fill that position. And then we're going to sit down and start reviewing. I just want to share with council, we are considering and going to bring in Tony again to help us go through that process. He is a very good officer, and Mr. Brocious agrees that that's a good idea, just to have another second eyes of a professional that was a chief in another entity help us through this process and make sure that our I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Is there any questions for our police department? Moving on, the utility director, obviously, there's no report. Did you have anything that needed to share, Eric?
Nope.
Any questions that we need to ask our utility director, Mr. Robbins? Okay, moving on to the Department of Public Works Superintendent. Who did we give that to? Paula? I believe that's Paula. Where's that list at? Did you have anything that you would want to share, or obviously that some of the assignments has been, committees have been moved around, we got new chairs. Did you have anything that you wanted to share?
No.
Any questions for Mr. Long? All right, moving on to village administrator.
Yes.
You have the floor.
Thank you, sir. So, East Broadway resurfacing project, final punch list items are underway. We've requested collars around many of the catch basins, and we're probably also going to have some around the manholes that were missed the first time around. This might be done during the winter, should we have our weird Ohio weather still when it's warm enough. Temporary crosswalk striping is currently in place, but permanent center line and crosswalk will be done in the spring. And while we're on the subject of East Broadway, I found out late yesterday that we were awarded $1,937,000 from a grant I applied for in March with the assistance of American Structure Point, the designers actually of East Broadway project. This was ODOT Highway Safety Improvement Program Systemic Safety Grant. So
For sidewalks.
this is only for sidewalk, only for sidewalk. This replaces what we have existing on the north and south side of East Broadway and extends on the north side all the way to Eagle Landing.
Oh, we're out there, Eagle Landing, so make it more safe.
Yes. Now, I will say...
when is that? When is that?
Yes, construction won't be until 2029, but we'll get a lot of design stuff done. We had some conversations this year, but design will be done more so next year. And we found out about this yesterday. I need to have more conversations with ODOT on the specifics, but it seems like, and I'm pretty confident in saying this, that 100% of this will be paid for by other entities, ODOT and federal. So no local match going forward. I'm fairly sure on that. But I have that question already asked, and I'm waiting confirmation on that. But very, very happy with this. Having sidewalk in East Broadway to compensate for go with our brand new street, and then also extending that to Eagle Landing, I think will help connect the village and allow the village to be just more interconnected. And along with our $688,000 we got from TMACOG earlier in 2025 for the State Road 18 and Poe Road sidewalk, we're adding phases to these plans. And we're going after as much grant money as humanly possible to not just do the sidewalk, we're also looking into streets. Streets is a little tougher to find, but sidewalk money, we're trying to get the low-hanging fruit and go forward every way we can.
it almost seems like they go in cycles, right? It almost seems like for a year or two, they sidewalks, for a year or two, pipe drainage, year or two, roads. So I guess it's just trying to find the right time to apply for it.
Going forward, stormwater projects, we have already designed park and reservoir stormwater projects by Colliers Engineering Design. We're looking at using water pollution control loan fund funding in August. That's due in August, and we're working with Colliers, our designer, and Cindy Brooks of GLCAP on the application preparation. That first meeting will probably be in a month or two. But we're hoping that we'll have some loan forgiveness, I think, from that. It's doubtful on that one, but we're hoping that will be available. For the lead service line replacement project, WSRLA, Ohio EPA, this is very similar loan as what I just mentioned with the stormwater projects, but we are guaranteed 51% loan forgiveness on that project, lead service line replacement. That replaces, I believe, around 84, if I'm not mistaken, lead lines located around the village. We're very happy to get rid of, and we're actually ahead of the curve in many ways amongst villages around our sites. Going on, combined sewer overflow structure modification project. Pre-construction meeting had been postponed. Had to be postponed because people were sick last month sometime, but that will be January 15th. So in 2 days, I'll have that pre-con meeting for the CSO project. Getting that going. Personnel policy procedure manual. We are working at maybe having a contract with Clemens Nelson or other companies. We're going to searching for other companies too, to go through our personnel manual and update that, which hasn't been done significantly since 2015. So we have some updates to do, and we're happy to go forward with that. Technology-wise, state-mandated cybersecurity policies are being reviewed with Intech. Intech is our third-party technology company, our contractor. Intech will present at February Committee of the Whole meeting their cybersecurity policy that we've been working on together. I know Paul Scaff has been looped in on some of those discussions a week ago, so make sure he's okay with some of what has been discussed too. Make sure we're okay more. Resolution will be prepared for first reading at the February 10th council meeting. I think we go through all 3 readings. If I'm thinking about this correctly, the compliance deadline is July 1st, so we have some time. Also, February 10th, at that council meeting, we'll have the Wood County Health Department present on the North Baltimore Active Transportation Plan that they are in contract with Toll Design. They have been a great help in the village, and I know Cindy, you were part of one of those meetings with, I think it was GLCAP too, RCAP, one of the surveys. That was part of the overall goal here with Toll Design 2. We have a walking audit and a bike audit already done. And East Broadway funding helps, and we also got money from Wood County Health Department for the school traffic beacons that are being installed. There's been some hiccups on that, but being installed on Rudolph, but also one installed on East Maple, I believe. East Cherry, that's right, yes. So that's happening too, and we're excited for that. Okay.
Any questions for
Yes, you're talking about the sidewalk going all the way out to Eagle Landing?
Yes.
That bridge is outdated too.
Yes.
How's that gonna work out with the bridge?
We're working on that.
How much I can say? We've already had a meeting with the engineer. It's 97 years old. We're hoping to take care of it on its 100th anniversary.
All right.
I'll say that.
And right now, though, just for that bridge is inspected every year right now, rated a number 4, so it's still safe to drive over. Just so you know.
That's impressive, being 100 years old.
It sure is. So then
I used to make bridge components. That's impressive.
So
It's only supposed to last 50.
Yeah. So yeah. But we just met with the engineer yesterday to discuss that. Josh and I and our public works.
There's some legal opinions, I guess we
Yeah.
could say, we're waiting to hear back from, but we're totally aware of that fact, and the study's already been done by the county with DGL on that bridge, and a sidewalk will be included on the north side of that bridge, which will connect with this East Broadway funding.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, perfect. Anything else? Okay, moving on. Village clerk. Mason, do you have anything to report? All right, any questions for our clerk? We go on appointed legal counsel.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mayor.
you're welcome, thank you. Any questions for our legal counsel? Moving on to the mayor. We was awarded a small grant from the Wood County Park District for vinyl chain link fence to protect the south side of the snow hill. So it'll be going up side of that snow hill. We'd like to, I'll be visiting this body come spring, just to talk about shaping up the bottom of that a little bit more. It's a little steep right now. I got the same contractor that helped work on it before, Mr. Kraus said he'd do it the same rate. We got some dirt, some fill dirt. He actually has some dirt to go over top of the fill dirt, so it'd be safe. Just it's a little bit too aggressive going up to the front of that. Is the concerns that I've been hearing. So, but I just want to share this. Mayor Patterson, Mayor of the Village of North Baltimore, dear Mayor Patterson, on behalf of the Board of Park Commissioners, I am pleased to announce the Village of North Baltimore has been awarded the following grant through the 2026 Wood County Park District Local Communities Parks Grant Program, $4,836 for 120 feet of 48-inch vinyl chain link fence for the Sledding Hill in the Municipal Park. Mason, I want to thank you for your work on this project. Very well done. Thank you, sir. At this point, that's all I have. Any questions for me? Or any more questions for me? Moving on, standing committee, economic and community development.
I have nothing at this time, but I would like to set up a meeting with Mason and Josh in the near future.
Sure. Okay, is there any questions for economic development? Moving on, public safety, Mr. Engard.
I have nothing at this time.
Okay, moving on, any questions for Mr. Engard? Moving on, personnel policy and ordinance review, Bill?
Nothing.
Any questions for Mr. Cook? Moving on, public works, Paula? Sorry, I know I already asked you. Any questions for Mrs. Beaupre? Moving on, public utilities, Mr. Sweat?
Nothing.
Nothing to report at this
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Sweat? All right, moving on, finance and technology, Mr. Richmond.
I have several things.
All right.
Actually, no,
I know. These are some of the committee heads have been moved around, so once they get an opportunity to talk to their respective department heads and filled in on some of the things that are going on, I'm quite certain they'll be active within their respective positions. Any questions for Mr. Richmond? All right, moving on to new legislation, ordinance number 2026-01, an ordinance updating the traffic and general offenses code of the Village of North Baltimore, Ohio to conform to state law. Moving on, ordinance number 2026-02, an ordinance amending ordinance 2025-18 to add insurance requirements for designated outdoor refreshment area establishments and to enact section 529-071 of the codified ordinance. Moving on, resolution number 02-2026, a resolution adopting the Village of North Baltimore event policy and approving the all events permit application. Moving on, resolution number 03-2026, a resolution establishing a policy for acceptance of donations to the village. That's it, the Village of North Baltimore? Yeah, all right, just the village, I'm sure.
Oh.
Village of North Baltimore.
Check that, yeah, you're right.
Missed it?
Maybe. Let's
Second readings. Ordinance number 2025-36, an ordinance upon recommendation of the Planning Commission amending sections 1127-07, subparagraph C, to allow adult use cannabis operators as a conditionally permitted use in the B2 General Business District and amending section 1105-03 to add a definition for adult use cannabis operators. That's its second reading. Moving on, resolution number 01-2026, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute a dispatch services agreement with the Wood County Sheriff.
I'll make the motion to suspend the third reading and declare to suspend the third reading.
I'll second that.
There's a motion on the floor to suspend the third reading.
I have a question.
Yes.
Josh, could you explain to us why this is needed to be an emergency?
I would say due to Central Square, we're waiting on the 5-year start on that, but also because we also postponed for additional training if we do not, but the overall safety overcomes, and the overall service provided by the Wood County Dispatch, I think, would be cause for emergency.
I would like to interject. I would like to see this not be passed as an emergency. We could always have another special meeting if we had to. I think we need to take into consideration Mr. Plummer's and Mr. Bateson's request, at least see what the costs would be to improve the systems over there. I mean, I don't know if, and to give the citizens, you know, a little bit more time to address this body. That's my request. But you guys, there's a motion on the floor and there's a second. I'm sorry, Dee, you still have the floor.
No, that's fine. That's what, I just wanted to know if there was, what the reasoning was, and I agree with you, Mayor, so.
There are no real emergencies.
Okay. So we had a second, I believe.
Yep, there is a second. Is there any other discussion? I'm sorry?
Then we have to vote.
Yeah, we have to vote.
There's a second,
Yeah, there was a second, so it either has to fail or be passed. Is that?
We need 5, right, for emergency defense?
Yeah, there has to be at least 5. Yep, minimum of 5. Vote when ready, Mason.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
No.
Ms. Hefner?
No.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
No.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Okay, so it cannot be passed, we cannot suspend the second reading.
Third reading.
Third reading, is that correct?
Alright.
So I just read it, so it's got its first reading. This issue is still going to be ongoing until.
Oh, that was its
So
second
second
reading.
reading.
You just
Isn't that what I said? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said first.
First, I'm saying second reading, I apologize. That is our second reading, so it has one more reading before it can be adopted. Just so everybody knows the rules, if it's read and adopted as just a regular ordinance, it takes 30 days to go into effect. If at that next meeting, if this body agrees to go forward with, they can still, the emergency clause would still take effect. If they pass it as an emergency, then it goes into effect immediately.
And so person knows I will extend our CMI access until July 1st. That'll be about $2,700 because we have to decide.
So, just to let everybody know kind of the timelines. And there may be, does council want us to contact them for potentially a special meeting, or do we want to wait until the committee of the whole and have a special meeting then, once we gather some of these, whatever costs we can find out associated with upgrading and training?
I would like to talk to you about it at committee of the whole,
So-
so I don't even think the special meeting can happen before the committee of the whole. You had said a special meeting, that usually takes place before committee of the whole. But I'd
Yeah,
like the
if it was
information first.
if it was a special meeting, this is the only thing that would be discussed.
Oh, I
You know what I mean?
understand.
There's no other.
I understand.
Yeah, it would be the.
Special meeting or at committee of the whole,
So,
whenever
what
we get the information.
Yeah, what I'm asking is we'll reach out once we get this information ready to present it to this body. And if the majority of you want a special meeting, it only takes 3 to call a special meeting, or the mayor. So that's how we'll proceed. So if 3 or more of you want to have a special meeting, I'll call a special meeting to have a discussion, or it can wait. To either the
I
committee or
prefer
the.
the committee of the whole, but that's up to us.
Well, in the committee, I would recommend that we do a special meeting on it, and the reason why is because then go into an executive session, that if this body decides to move on with the Wood County Dispatch, I think there's some terms and conditions that should be discussed in executive session concerning that, right? And I think that could probably take a little bit of time. So not only the cost associated with keeping them, but also if this body at that meeting decided to go forward with the sheriff, there needs to be some discussion as far as, layoffs, obviously, if that's the direction, potential, maybe offer them severance, some sort of severance, or anything else that I think there's gonna be some discussion, so.
Would we be putting this on there for a third reading on that special meeting?
Yes.
So everything would have to be
Yes.
decided
That-
that night,
that's-
so we'd have to have a lot of information that night.
That's what I'm talking about, or else it's gonna wait till the next meeting. So that's what I'm saying, when we get that information, if 3 of you wanna have the special meeting, we'll call it. If 3 of you don't, we'll leave it alone till February. Okay, kinda just giving you some options, that's all I'm doing. Moving on, thank you. Is there a need for an executive session tonight that anybody could think of? All right, moving on, any other new business? Please.
I make a motion that we move to executive session.
Oh, you do wanna go ahead?
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, perfect, okay, so then,
But I have to read all of them.
yeah, what do we, 121-21G1?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee under Ohio Revised Code 121-G1 with potential action to follow.
I don't know the potential action to
So
follow.
it's just to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
do we want to,
There's
like,
a-
pay the bill, go on and then go into executive?
Well, there's a motion made, so we have to act on that motion,
Okay.
which is fine, paying the bills will only take just a minute. So there's a motion to go into executive session.
I second
There was a
that.
second. Any other discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner? Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Okay, we'll give everybody 5 minutes, we'll reconvene.
About empty.
Just blue ones left.
See that, Mason, we're low on dum-dums out there.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
We know,
So,
we already have some orders.
we are back in regular session, thank you, for your patience. Entertainment, we do have, Mr. Cook is resigning as his position as a council member, so that leaves an open seat. Can we get a motion, by this body, by council, to advertise for his vacated, council seat?
Effective February 2nd, I was asked to use Groundhog Day because of its special significance.
February 2nd. And so is.
So moved.
I didn't see it, so do we wait until after the official, we can move
You
on
can
that?
advertise for it, yeah.
Perfect.
You know it's coming.
Yeah. So, there's a motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, second, who was the first?
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yep.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Okay. Is there payment, moving on to the payment of the bills? Motion to pay the bills, total of $726,818.23.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second, any discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
And Ms. Hefner?
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Vote when ready, please. Sorry, Mason.
No, all good, all good. Okay, okay, great, sorry, where are we at? Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
And Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Thank you for your time. Have a good night, everybody.